Prenatal Focus. This is your lower burn workout. Now for today, you will need dumbbells, resistance bands, or a glute band. It's totally up to you. And if you have the ability to have a bench, a really sturdy chair, a step, stairs that you feel comfortable with nearby that allow you to do the move, then please feel free to go ahead and get those ready, get nearby, whatever you need to. If you do not have access to any of that, please do not worry. I will show you how to do the move without any of it. It's just if you want that added little bonus or that little challenge, if you will, go ahead and have one of those ready. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's workout. We are gonna go ahead and get started with some low butt kicker pulls. So it's like you're doing a butt kicker, but you're also pulling back right here, okay? So for today's workout, you have 4 main rounds. They follow the exact same layout, okay? You have 2 exercises each round. Each round is repeated 4 times. Everything is 40 seconds on, 20 seconds of rest. All right, lower body. So make sure to grab weight. 2, 1, give me some good squats here. So grab some weight. That is gonna be a little bit challenging for lower body. All right. You wanna make sure that you're lifting just a little bit heavier than you normally would. The lower body can typically take a little bit more weight than upper body. But obviously make sure that whatever you're picking, while it might be challenging, you're still able to maintain form, okay? And go ahead, step it up wide for me right here. Give me some side to side. Make sure your toes are forward. Right there. Now the challenge is just one move, but we do like different variations of it. So it's nothing crazy. It's nothing over the top. So you can technically say, you have 5 rounds. All right, give me some good hinges here. So karate chop. All right, core is engaged, chest comes over, slight bend in your knees. All right, your main focus is shooting your glutes back there, all right? That's what it's about, pushing your hips back. Let your glutes and hammies really, really lengthen, okay? Come on down to a runner's lunge. Rotate if you are able to. If not, just stay here and then switch. All right, come to a down dog. What I want you to do, tap your heels onto your toes. Tap your heels onto your toes. And relax. All right, grab some water. Your first round actually is where the bench will be needed. If you have it, if not, no worries. Your first move for round 1 is an RDL. Since we're repeating it 4 times, we're gonna do 4 different variations. So, first time, single leg. All right, if you feel comfortable with kicking up your leg and performing like that, go for it. If not, kickstand. We'll switch every time we repeat, okay? Then you're gonna do a Bulgarian split squat. If not, regular. So wide stance, rotate that pelvis, core is engaged. All right, right here. Knee doesn't hit, okay? Go ahead and grab your weight. RDL is first. And then towards the end of that, I'll explain if you're using a bench or a chair, how to find the right position, okay? We got 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice structure up here. Shoulders are out of your ears. All right, core is engaged. Push your glutes back, all right? This back leg, if you're kickstanding like I am, it is solely there as support. No weight on it, see? No weight. Shift your hips, load up that glute, all right? Really push back, okay? Now you keep going, you'll hear the timer, but if you are doing with a bench, Bulgarian, sit at the very edge, stick it out, straight out, stand up. That's where your loading leg is gonna be. Bring your other one right here. All right, grab your weight. Remember, split squat if you're not doing Bulgarian, okay? Go ahead and go. I'm gonna get set up real quick. So, for Bulgarian, you wanna make sure, again, rotate that pelvis, neutral alignment, all right? Toes are forward, knees in line with your toes, all right? So, you wanna come down, slight hinge at your hips here, all right? This really gives those glutes, all right? Now for split squat. Still very wide, like I said, okay? Toes are forward, no weeble wobbles, all right? Go ahead and relax, other leg, already out. And apologies in advance. Make sure it's the other leg. If I have to take a lot of water, if I cough, clear my throat up. Here we go. Sneeze, anything like that. I'm getting over a cold. And it's like that end stage of a cold when, like, obviously you're not still going through the cold, but everything is just like, hey, we're trying to get all this stuff out now, so we're gonna ramp it up. So I apologize if I have to do any of that. Remember to breathe, check your exertion. And relax, get ready, Bulgarian other side. All right, gonna move that a little bit out of the way. Split, you're still doing other side. All right. 2, 1, here we go. Stay strong in your core. Have that slight little hinge. If you need to, drop weight. Totally okay to do. Shoulders are not coming up. They're not trying to hug your ears. Breathe. Now, obviously, go ahead, relax for me. Later on in your pregnancy, you may not want to do Bulgarian. Balance your abdomen. So always adjust. All right, regular RDL. I am, go ahead and go. I'm gonna use one weight that's heavier. So you can always do 2, or you can do 1 like I'm doing. I was about to do the wide. That's coming up, but not yet. So rotate your pelvis, stick your hips back. There you go. Hinge. And relax. The last one will be that wide, okay? I'm gonna go over the split a little bit more. Like the regular. For those who are doing regular, go ahead and go. So, right here, toes are forward, knees are in line with your toes, meaning it's not weeble wobbling, okay? What I want you to make sure of when you're doing this, it is a wide stance, all right? Not like a normal lunge. And as you go down, make sure again, rotate your pelvis, hinge. You're not slamming your knee into the ground, okay? The reason for that, first and foremost, if you don't have the proper form or control or strength to get back up properly, you're gonna risk injury or complications. Go ahead and relax. Not only that, but when you do this, you're actually letting muscles rest. So you're not getting the most out of the moves that you could. And you have this fun little thing on your knee called the burst sack. If you hit it just right, no bueno. All right, wide stance here, right here. Squeeze as you come up. All right, so sumo RDL, everything but how your legs are wider is the same for form, okay? So your hips, you still push them back. Let your glutes and hammies lengthen. You're gonna feel your adductors on this one a little bit more too, all right? Core stay strong, core stay strong. Shoulders are out of your ears, nice neutral spine, relax, all right? Get you out of the way. And of course, on the Bulgarian, you typically can't have your leg reach the ground to slam your knee down, but go ahead and go. I am gonna do regular because I didn't do Bulgarian last time. I want it to be a little bit even. That sounded weird. So I'll do a couple down here and then I'll switch just to make it even. It's a lot easier to switch this position than it is the Bulgarian. Almost there. And relax. Awesome job. So round two, you're on the ground. Glute bridge. And then we're gonna do what's called a hammy bridge. So I'm gonna put you over here. Glute bridge. Make sure go to the side, then here. All right, band on your legs if you want. Rotate right here. And let's go. Now, you keep going. I'm gonna talk through some form. First and foremost, weight at this point on your hips. Not the best idea, okay? Also, laying on your back. Around 20 weeks is when people start to worry about it. However, if you're able to lay on your back, you have no dizziness, no shortness of breath, no like weird fainting feeling, you're good to keep going, okay? I have a whole video about that and the intro for this trimester. Relax and make sure you watch that to know what to look out for, all right? Next, stick it out again. Band stays right above your knees. So you're out at an angle. This is gonna feel a bit weird. You're not gonna go as high, all right? So out at an angle, on your heels, you're pushing up and down. Here we go. Rotate your pelvis, back is flat, core is engaged. Press up and down, up and down. Slow on the down, okay? I know it's not going as high. Obviously, we're making our lever change, but you wanna make sure that you push up as high as you can. Squeeze your glutes and your hammies. Your hammies are doing a good portion of the work here. Now, if you ever want to add some weight and relax, or a challenge, I should say, we're going back to glute bridge. You can always do single leg. That's a challenge. Or you can hold weight up overhead. This will engage your core just a little bit more because your core is going to try and stabilize a little bit more. But again, on your hips, not ideal, all right? Regular glute bridge, so again, band right here, okay? I'm not wearing one just because I've been talking, so I haven't been able to get up and go get it, but right here. Now, a couple of things with this form too. Again, rotate your pelvis, your back is flat, core is nice and engaged, okay? As you lift, your goal is not to see how high you can get your hips. It's to get it into a neutral alignment while still squeezing your glutes, core is engaged, and slowly controlling the lower. You don't want your pelvis to rock on the way back down, okay? If your shoulders scoot back, go ahead, relax. If your shoulders scoot back during that normal glute bridge, your quads are taking over, okay? So you need to walk your feet in. So step them out, get that length. We're going into that hammy, all right? You're almost there. Breathe. And here we go. Find the right position. It's okay to change where your heels are. I sometimes like to put my hands under my head for some odd reason. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like I get a little bit more support than having them down here. I don't know why. It doesn't really do anything. But remember, keep your pelvis rotated. You want your back to be flat against the ground when you start and when you land. That's gonna help keep your core nice and engaged. You go up, squeeze, down, 1, 2, 3, okay? You're doing good. Back to the glute bridge. All right. Like I said, band is around your legs if you want it. If you don't, I've just been talking, so I haven't really felt the need to go get it yet. But, all right, up and down. Or weight right here. Remember, you can always do single leg too if you want a little bit more of a challenge. So you can cross it over, or you can just stick it out just like that. All right, totally up to you. You will need your band for the 4th round. So you can always put on the bands now for your glute bridges and hammy bridge. You can honestly keep it on if it's not a glute band, if it's a resistance band. And relax, kick it out, hammy. You can honestly keep it on for the remainder of the workout if you really wanted. Totally up to you. If it's a glute band, I wouldn't recommend doing it, just because glute bands restrict more and you need some range of motion for your upcoming moves. Here we go. Hammy bridge. Push. Remember, control the movement down. Don't let gravity win and just slam it, okay? You're doing great. Breathe, core is engaged. There you go. Breathe for me. Find the right placement, okay? If it's too far out, you're gonna be like, I can't even lift. If it's too close, you're not gonna feel your hammies as much, okay? Back to the glute bridge. Last and final time. Check to see how you're feeling, all right? Because at the beginning of your 2nd trimester, you might feel one way laying on your back. Towards the end, might not feel that great. So just check in, okay? If it's ever getting too much, again, this is all in that intro video, so make sure to go watch it. But you can always put like a little Bosu ball underneath. You can always use a bench or a chair and do hip thrusts instead. You can get a little step. You can put a rolled up towel or a pillow that helps elevate you up off the ground just a little bit. So you have options. You don't have to just not do this. So you can also use a big exercise ball. Totally up to you if it's not feeling great, okay? And relax. All right, hammies. Breathe. Remember, rotate that pelvis, core is engaged, back is flat, okay? Here we go. If you ever hear Siri talking, I'm so sorry. Sometimes he will hear, and yes, my watch is a boy Siri. He will hear me say something that sounds similar to his name. I'm not gonna say it because he'll start talking. And then he'll like record everything I say for a certain amount of time and then be like, I'm sorry, I could not understand you. And yeah, but I forgot to turn the volume off. And so he alerts me what I'm doing with the workout, like how far I am into it, my move ring, my exercise ring. Go ahead and relax, all of that stuff. So if you ever hear him, I apologize. He knows, he might be so faint you don't hear him. And then you're like, what are you talking about? All right, round 3. You're gonna have a sumo squat. You can hold weight here, 2, 1, 2, or 1, just like that. Or you can also load them up on your thighs if you feel comfortable with that. And then we're going into a curtsy. Grab your weight for me. All right, I'm gonna grab this guy. I'll go over form the next time, okay? You just go ahead and do it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Don't ever hold your breath, okay? Relax. Next one is a curtsy, all right? So I'm gonna move this out of the way so you can see me. Right here, load up one leg. You're gonna step it back, right here, and up. One side, we'll get the other side next time, okay? I'm gonna talk through the form on this. Okay, so how far out you go and how close you are gonna target certain muscles a little differently. I want you kind of like in a midway point. So not so far out, not too close. Toes in the front, forward, all right? Knee tracks in line with your toes, meaning it's not bowing out either way, okay? Rotate that pelvis. I was about to say roll it. Rotate it. Core is engaged. Weight here, down and up. All right, and relax. I'll go over form for the sumo next, but grab your weight and get ready for that. So, wider stance than a regular squat. All right, now you can either hold 2 dumbbells right here. Go ahead and go. You can hold 1 like I was doing. I don't hold it like this. You can. I don't, just because how big these are, I can't go as deep. So I hold it long ways, but totally do what you need to do. You can also load them up on your shoulders, or you can hold 1 at your chest, or load them up right here on your thighs. What I want you to make sure of, shoulders roll back and down, rotate your pelvis. No arching here, rotate. Stay strong throughout your chest, slight hinge forward, down and up, okay? Same thing, knees, go ahead and relax. Knees track in line with your toes. So don't let them cave in, don't let them bow outside of your foot. It's a little bit hard to demonstrate, but don't let them do that. Curtsy, other side. Here we go. Now again, whoop, wrong side for me. You can hold weight here or 1 here, okay? Just make sure it's not making you cave forward, okay? Be strong, shoulders are down and out of your ears. Find the right placement. If you're like, ooh, that feels unstable, shift it. Totally okay. Everybody's is gonna be different depending on their height, flexibility, baby bump, everything. So don't be surprised if you're like later on in your pregnancy, like, oh man, I need to change this a little bit. Go for it. Totally okay to do. And relax. Awesome job. Sumo. And then your next round, that is gonna be the one where you'll need a band. All right, let's go. And rotate that pelvis, slight hinge at your hips. It's not an excessive hinge like an RDL. Breathe for me. You're doing great. You're doing so good. Awesome. Curtsy. Switching sides again. Get set. Here we go. Breathe and go. If you ever want to step out of it, if seen in that, if it feels like way too hard on your joints, step out, shake it out, go right back into it. Okay to do. And relax. One more. One more, one more. Whew, it's hot. Have a little box fan. Man, I was not doing enough in here. You're doing great. You have this one more time. This is your last time. And then you have curtsy one more time. And you're done. Not done with like the workout. You're done with the round. Breathe. Good job. Curtsy. One more time. And if this is messing, if you have like SPD issues, okay, I want you to come here, see how this feels. Push and up. Go ahead and go. Or if not, right here and press, okay? Keep all four corners of this front foot down on the ground, okay? Don't let those toes pop up. Don't let that heel pop up. Stay strong. You're almost there. And relax. Grab a band. Now remember, if you do a glute band, you're gonna have more resistance. Put it right above your knees. You have a fire hydrant to start, all right? So quad position right here, all right? Then we're just gonna go to a reverse Russian. Go ahead and go. Let me talk through some form. First and foremost, you're in the quad position, okay? Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. No arching, no excessive rounding. Just rotate that pelvis for a neutral position. Weights in your hands, not back here. As you kick it out, don't lean and fall over to the side, bend your elbow, nothing. Stay strong, all right? If you're able to, kick it out, bring it in without tap tapping the floor, all right? Now reverse Russian. Right here, up. You can also put your feet down if you want. Right here, you can hold a weight if you want. You're going as far back as you can without crashing and breaking down, okay? I'll talk through it some more. Here we go. Rotate your pelvis. Core is engaged. Act like you have a board in front, a board in back. You cannot bend or arch, okay? Right here, as tight as you can, leaning as far back and coming up. All right, squeeze your glutes on the way back up. You'll feel your quads want to work too, okay? Core is engaged. Lean back. Act like you're pulling a rope to get back up, all right? Remember, you're not leaning forward, you're not arching back, you're not dipping your butt. It stays stiff and strong, all right? Relax, and you only go back as far as you are able to, okay? If that's not that far, that's okay, all right? Back to fire hydrant. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Remember, stay strong in your arms, okay? Don't rock, don't lean. Here we go. Your gaze is in front. Make sure that you are bracing your core before you kick out, okay? That's gonna help kick on some of those deep core muscles. Super good in pregnancy to do, okay? Right here. Almost there. Relax. Now, you are gonna lean slightly, but what I'm talking about is I don't want like this, like you're trying to compensate because those muscles can't help, okay? Lift however high you need to, where you don't bend and fall over, okay? Reverse Russian, ready? Here we go. Board in front, board in back. You can't break that board. All right, now if this is as far as you can go before you're like, yeah, I'm gonna crash my butt down, then only go that far. Work on it, okay? Totally okay to do. This is a great rotate, core is engaged, great quad, glute, and overall core because of how strong you have to engage and activate to not let your low back want to kick on to help stabilize. Now relax, back to fire hydrant. Back to the first side, all right? If you need to, kick that opposing arm out just a little bit wider than your shoulder for some more support, okay? Here we go. Your gaze is in front of your hands. It is not back at your knees. Now, if this is irritating any SPD, all I want you to do, tap out, tap in, tap out, tap in, as far as you can before it really starts kicking on, okay? If that is still way too much, either in a chair with your knees at 90 or right here on the ground, you lean back just a little bit, press out. All right, go ahead and relax because you want to protect that SPD and you want to help it get stabilized more, not mess it up more. All right, breathe. You're doing great. Back to the reverse split Russian. I always like want to say something way different than a reverse Russian. But here we go. Rotate, core is engaged. It's like I start tongue-tying towards the end of that. There you go. Now again, you can hold a weight right here if you want. Maybe when you repeat this one, make that be a challenge for you. But notice how I'm not caving. I'm not arching. I'm not folding forward to try and help myself propel forward. I'm simply staying strong, leaning back, and coming back up as far forward as I can before I know I'm just gonna totally crash and burn. Okay, come on down. You have that fire hydrant. Stay strong here in your hands. All right, no arching. Rotate that pelvis. Core's nice and engaged. Big breath in. Exhale, engage, and let's go. You've got this. You're so close. You are so close to being done. Now you don't have to kick it super high, okay? While you are doing this, let me go ahead and tell you what you can expect for your little challenge, okay? So you can decide whether or not you want to keep the band on, okay? You're almost done with this, and you have that reverse Russian, okay? And relax. Get ready for the reverse see? Reverse Russian lean. Anyway, your challenge round is all bears. Okay, so decide if you want to keep your band. You have 4 different variations of bears. You're gonna have a bear lift, a single leg bear. Here we go, a single leg bear, a single leg bear, and then we're just gonna go into a regular bear hold. Okay, so the bear is a total body exercise when you do it correctly. So it can work those legs pretty well. Also works your core very well. So if you want to keep the band on, by all means, go for it. If you're like, no, I'm not gonna do it, that's totally okay too. And, woo, relax. All right, so like I said, bear variations. I'm gonna go over the bear basic form, and then I'll tell you what we're doing, okay? Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, no arching, no rounding. Nice neutral position, so slightly rotate that pelvis. Gaze is in front, okay? When it comes to a bear, you only lift a couple of inches, all right? Lifts, here we go. So up, hold for 2, down. That's it, all right? If you need to, brace, up, down, brace, up, down. Totally okay to do. If this is too much for you, keep going. If this is too much for you, all you're gonna do, lift 1 knee up and down. But you have to make sure you're still bracing and engaging properly, even with just that 1 knee, okay? So, a good lift 1 knee, hold for a couple seconds, and down, okay? Now, the next thing you're gonna do, you are gonna go into a lift, kick 1 leg back, hold for 5, in and down, okay? So, right here, what it looks like, lift up, step back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and go, and then relax down, lift back up, same leg, all right? You do not alternate here. You keep it the same leg, all right? So if you need to, if you are modifying, take the lift out, hold back. You can even hold up, bring it in, all right? If you want to challenge, then stay up and hold out the whole time, okay? You can do that too. Just remember, don't lean to the side when you bring that leg out. Don't lean to the side, okay? Stay strong in your form. Weight stays in your hands, okay? You're gonna do the other leg this time. So, engage, lift, kick it out, kick it in and down. But remember, you're holding that for 5. If you need to, tap the foot down for 5 and then bring it back in, but stay lifted the whole time, okay? So what I mean, go ahead and go, is if holding it out here for 5 is too much, tap and hold for 5, then bring it in and down, okay? So again, easiest to hardest. Right here, brace, kick it out and hold for 5, bring it in. Brace, kick it out and hold for 5, bring it in. Brace, lift, kick it out and tap, hold for 5, bring it in, Or brace, lift, hold it out for 5, and then bring it in. All right, hardest overall. Keep that leg out, hold it the entire time. Relax. Last one, and it's just a hold. All right, just hold. Complete, bear hold. Take breaks when needed. All right, here we go. And lift and hold. Now, if it's too much on your wrists, if your wrists are starting to be like, man, go to a fist. See if that helps. You can also reset and hold again. What I want you to make sure of during this bear, I want you to stay strong in your hands and not lean back. I also want you to make sure your knees just a couple of inches off. You're not doing this and your knees aren't up by your elbows, okay? Strong weights in your hands and you're not rocking. Relax. You did it. That's it. That's it, okay? Breathe for me. Grab a sip of water. All right, what I want you to do, just come on down right here. Breathe. You're doing great. Now what I want you to do is kick one leg out. Now, the more to the side it is, the more of your adductors you're gonna get, okay? And then not hunching over, but stay nice and strong and leading with your chest. Come over. Keep practicing that 360 while you're here if you want. Totally okay to do. If your belly, if you're at the point in your second trimester, and I say this just because every pregnancy is different. Some people, their abdomen grows very quickly during pregnancy, or it might get bigger than somebody else's in pregnancy, even if they're at the same point. And you repeat these workouts in the second trimester, so you repeat them about 3 times. So by the time you're repeating this, maybe the second or third time, this might not feel comfortable. So whenever I say, if belly's an issue, I'm not trying to make that be like hurtful. I'm just saying because it's obviously gonna change, and where I'm at now, I'm 17 weeks now, where I'm at now, trying to talk you through this, go ahead and switch sides. My belly is not gonna be the same when I do these again, or further on as I film. So I just want you to know, I'm just talking because our bodies are gonna go through changes. That's all. If you're somebody who you feel like, maybe you are looking further along than you should, or you're worried about your body size right now, or the weight is just overwhelming, or you're worried about, am I gaining too much too quickly or something like that? Listen, I am somebody who I blow up during pregnancies. I blow up. And that's with me eating healthy and working out constantly. I work out almost every single day. Some days are like mobility days, so, but I go on walks with my boys. I go ahead and come on out of it. What I want you to do is stick one leg out. You're gonna cross the other one over, like your ankle, just above your knee. And you're gonna push back and try and make sure I don't hit the wall. And you're just gonna push yourself up as close to it as you feel comfortable. If this is not comfortable, grab a seat, sit at the edge of it, and just do the same thing. Just push your ankle up over on your thigh and push. So don't let it worry you with the weight. And if your doctor gives you a hard time and you're doing everything right, ignore it. Ignore it, okay? In both of my pregnancies, not so far in this one, but I'm expecting it to happen anytime. It usually happens midway through the second trimester where I blow up. But in my first 2 pregnancies, I gained 60 pounds. Okay, I go ahead and switched. I worked out constantly throughout both of them, obviously. This is my job. I worked out constantly in all of them, sometimes multiple workouts a day. Not to where I was overdoing it, but you know, very active with my boys, always playing around. HG in those 2, so eating food was very, very hard for me. Trying to think, eating the right foods though when I could eat. So I was doing everything right, but I still gained the weight. So please don't let it get to you. Don't let it freak you out. Don't let it worry you. If there's something going on, your doctors will catch it and they might throw a big hoopla. I know with both of mine, they were like, well, do you have gestational diabetes? Do you have this? Oh, maybe it's going to be too big and you can't have a vaginal birth. Don't listen to it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, stick it straight forward for me. I was told that with both of mine because both my boys were big, quote unquote. With Crew, I ended up having poly, and they were wondering why in the world I had poly. And they thought, well, you gained a lot of weight, so maybe you have gestational diabetes, even though I tested negative for it. And then they made me test again just to make sure, still tested negative. And then they wanted me to prick my finger for an entire week, several times a day, just to make sure. Same thing, negative. My numbers were actually very, very good. So like, okay, maybe you are just one of those people that gain a lot, but with Crew, I did have poly too, so that contributed a lot to it. But with Declan, like I said, I gained 60 pounds and had no issues. None, no gestational diabetes, no poly, nothing. It's just the way that my body reacted. So please, don't freak out. All right, go ahead and relax. You can definitely stretch some more. I just don't want to hold you up too long. But like I said, don't freak out, okay? You're beautiful no matter what. You're strong no matter what. You're working on yourself. You're working on your health. And I want you to know, first and foremost, when it comes to working out in pregnancy, the first goal should not be about trying to look a certain way or losing weight in pregnancy or anything concerning with aesthetics in the number on the scale, okay? First and foremost, lifting weights, you're gonna build muscle mass. So that's gonna throw off the number on the scale in the first place. Second off, the main goal should be, I want to work out to be healthy and for my baby to be healthy as we can be, you know? And then additionally, to help come postpartum, not just for me, but working out in pregnancy has many benefits outside of pregnancy for your child. They've even seen benefits up into the teen years. So with that being said, I know that was a ramble. That was kind of like a tangent off of, I don't even know. Sorry about that, but I just want to remind you that you're beautiful, okay? You're beautiful, you're perfect, you're amazing, you're wonderful, everything, and you've got this, okay? You're doing great. I know pregnancy for some isn't fun. For some it's beautiful and they love it, and for others it's not, and wherever you fall, that's a-okay. All right, but you are beautiful. Don't ever let anything or anyone make you think differently, all right? I will stop rambling. All right, mama, have a great day, night, week, weekend, whenever it is for you. Thank you for being here, and I cannot wait to see you again at our next workout together, and I will see you very, very soon.